What is going on, Zinger Nation? Welcome back to a brand new live stream. I'm your host, Ryan Rozbiani, and I don't need this in my ear. I always make that mistake every single day, but that's on me, not on you. We're going to be talking about a lot of different stuff today. Nothing catchy in the title, but we've got 130 of you in here. Thank you so much for sticking around. We're going to talk about your favorite stocks. This is the whole point of the show, is I'm going to talk about a few stocks that were running hot today, and I'm going to get stocks from you that you want me to go over, look at charts, let you know what I think about all that jazz, all that cool stuff. And we will do that together. It's kind of like a collaborative show. We have a lot of fun. So without further ado, give me 2 seconds to fire up my Weeble. I just came back from the bathroom. Nature called. Your boy had to go. But Emperor Bear, namaste to you as well, my friend. Thank you so much for watching. But let's do this. We're going to have a lot of fun. Yeah, we got to talk about Nvidia. We got to talk about AMD. We got to talk about Robinhood. I want to talk about AMC. We talk about that a lot on the show. I want to talk about a lot of really good stocks that had a lot of movement today. And I want to fire up my tool set here so that I can make sure I can get you guys the correct things as best as and fast as possible. So let's do it. Let's start it off. So as always, we'd like to talk about the indices. By the way, this is the Benzinga Pro tool that I'm going to be using. I'm also going to be using Weeble. Those are the tools that I like to use throughout the show. I jump to other channels and other stuff as well. If you want to jump in and take a look at those, you can. I'll reference anything that I hit on throughout the show and do it. Benzinga Pro, there's a link in the description. If you go to ryanstocks.com, there's like a little promo thing that you can kind of use. Well, not here. You got to go. You guys are going to have access to ryanstocks.com. You go there, you click on Benzinga Pro. If you use my promo code RyanR, you get 30% off for life. Just a heads up, it's a great tool for news. Just want to let you know that before we get started. And Weeble, it's a free trading platform. If you'd like it, you can sign up. I got a link here at ryanstocks.com as well for 2 free stocks. If you deposit $5, 100% up to you, but fantastic tool for charting. It's 100% for free. And you can also trade with it from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. Options, stocks, you name it, they've got it. Let's go ahead. Let's start off with SPY. Let's take a look at how SPY is doing. It's been interesting. Again, we've been talking about SPY on the show for, oh my goodness, what the heck did I just do? I've never zoomed in that hard on SPY ever, and it just got really ugly. But take a look at it. SPY does not want to go over 141. It did a little bit today, got very close to 142, but it does not want to go over 141. We closed above today. We closed at, I think, at 50. We hit a 52-week high today. Yeah, 441.85. But I think the pending infrastructure bill is holding us back. I think that the markets feel like the infrastructure bill won't be coming or something's going on and they don't want to get in there heavy, but something's going on. I know Apple had a decent-ish day because the ex-dividend date is today. So that means you have to get in today to be able to get locked in to get that dividend. And if you're not locked in, you don't get the dividend. So you'll probably see a bit of a sell-off tomorrow in Apple. So you'll probably see a day like this for SPY, kind of reddish day, because Apple is the largest holdings. You got Tesla, Google, all those other good stuff in there as well. Hello, Gabriel. What is going on? Welcome to the show. Pat, what is going on? What is going on? Good evening to you as well. So yeah, decent day. We do have CPI data coming up next week, if I remember correctly. We can double check together. Control T, CPI data. So this is the big market catalyst that we see every single month. A lot of people are like, what? This doesn't do anything. It doesn't mean anything, but it does have an effect, and I'll prove it to you. I'll show you in the stream. CPI calendar would have been better, Google. Calendar. My keyboard's getting like old and like clickety clackety, and I need to buy a new one. So that's why, like, if you see me make typos, it's because the key got stuck. And it's my desktop that I don't use. I swap out the keyboard usually when I'm here, but I forgot to today. So for August 11th, we're going to get July's data. So August 11th is next Wednesday. So we have that coming up. Taking a look at SPY leading up to CPI data, it's always been sort of flat. A little bit after CPI, it tanks and then makes its next leg up. Take a look at it here. CPI data came out. We can check here real quick because you got the past dates as well. CPI data came out. I'm going to do a little bit of a wonky thing here. You guys memorize those dates. I'm going to have it on the side. So on June 10th, we got May's data. So June 10th is here. It was green. And then we had a bit of a correction. Like it was like, oh, boom, CPI. We forgot the CPI numbers came out really bad. And boom, it drops. If we look here for May, it came out on the 12th. It tanked before preemptively and tanked into the CPI data. And then if we look just one more, April 13th, excuse me, where are we? April 13th, we also got bad CPI data, and it went up and was flat, didn't do too much. But we're going to have to keep an eye on it. I think we'll have a similar pattern this month for CPI data. I think the inflation rate will be high because used cars are still up, gasoline prices are still high. We're going to have that. So whether it kind of drops a few days after, drops during the day, high CPI numbers will catch up to the market. They always do. Then the market tends to kind of be like, okay, all right, we get it. It happened. It is what it is. No problem. And it keeps going. QQQ for our techies out there. We got to take a look at QQQ. The NASDAQ, it's the Invesco's QQQ Trust is parallel to the NASDAQ. Very similar. Very, very similar. I promised you guys, here it is, 369. I promised you guys that this week we would hit the 52-week high, and it did. It did its thing. It hit it. It hit the 52-week high again. And again and again. It just keeps going. It's interesting to see it. It's very, very cool. IWM for our penny stock players. This is the index that you need to be taking a look at. This is what you need to keep your eyes on is IWM, this ETF, not index, excuse me. This is where your penny stocks are paralleled. We were penny stock summer here. Going into the summer in May was penny stocks were roaring. Then it kind of gave it up. We need to get back into this wedge here. We need to get back into there in order for penny stocks to start making moves. Now, you might be saying, some of my penny stocks are doing great. That's correct. If you pick correctly, if you follow the market sentiment, you're playing the penny stocks, the parallel Bitcoin. If you play some of the penny stocks, the parallel, some of the other things that are happening, real estate pennies do very well. The REITs are doing very well. CMFS is one that we played in the Patreon. CFMS is, what was that? Okay, I just heard something pop. I can't be the radiator. We're in the middle of the summer. But CMFS is one we added in the Patreon in the low ones, and it just ran up to 1.77. So we did very good in the Patreon. 1 second. So CMFS did very well for the Patreon, and we did very well. And I believe this is a REIT or a medical device company. This is the medical device one. The REIT one that we played, I'm blanking on right now, but that's okay. I'll load it up in the other screen and bring it up and show you guys. Last sort of index ETF, big kahuna that we like to look at here is Bitcoin. And take a look. Bitcoin's doing fantastic. Everyone freaked out. I didn't care because this is why I didn't care. The fact that we traded sideways for so long and we got this big boost, everyone was freaking out over these 3 red days. I was like, it's fine. Let it do its thing. It needs to consolidate. It needs to cool off. And it did. And it's bouncing back up. And it's doing its thing. We're going for 41K. We touched 41.4 today, which is very good. We need to get over this resistance line now, which is around 40, which is around essentially 41, right? Yeah, it's around 41. We need to get over that. And if and when we do, that's when things start really, really moving. So very good across all 4 indices. Now let's talk about some of the hot stocks of the day. We can't talk about stocks without talking about Robinhood. And boy, oh boy, it came tumbling down 27.6% essentially came tumbling down. No remorse. We can look at the hour chart, all red except this one candle here. Almost all red candles on the hourly chart. We can look at something like a 4-hour chart, all red candles on the 4-hour chart except towards the end. 2-hour chart, almost all red candles. I was trying to get like a view that gives us all the red candles. Tiny Pie Media, welcome to the show. Welcome back, buddy. So we're doing good. We're doing good. We're doing terrible for Robinhood. If you're playing it, it doesn't look pretty. It's not doing very well. We can take a look at the 3 minutes, see how it did intraday. I think it was just straight down. If you bought puts on this, you did very well. Now, these puts are very expensive. Let's take a look at it. Let's go to, I don't want to do too much. Let's just take a look at, let's say you played August 20th puts. I'd like to give myself some time with puts, but let's say you played like, what, $50 puts. You're up 85%. So congratulations if you did that. So yeah, puts did very well for Robinhood, and I thought that was the delta for sure. I was like, well, that makes no sense. So that makes more sense. 38.91 delta, that's good. Theta is a little high, but it's okay. But the puts did very well here. Now, will it continue to tomorrow? I don't know, but look at that in the after hours. It's sort of picking up with these kind of momentum stocks. I don't like to tempt fate. I don't like to play them with calls and puts unless I'm intraday scalping. Like, for example, if it came up here and then I added my put and then it rammed it all the way down, that's when you have fun. But this right here in the middle, this is what tests you as a trader in your conviction of your play. If it's going down, the consolidation phase is what's going to test your patience. It's what's going to push you to say, hey, I'm going to keep this play, or if I'm going to get rid of this play. I need to change my color here because I'm used to VWAP being green. I don't know why. I just like it because I like to be above VWAP. If you're above VWAP, that means you're doing well, usually. Seems like yesterday people were selling AMC for Hood, and today it flipped back exactly DK. I got to agree. We got to give it to DK 100%. Speaking of which, thank you for giving me that transition. We can go to one of my fun stocks I talk about on the channel. Again, not in AMC or in Robinhood, but I wanted to talk about them, and I talk about them. AMC had a decent day. Look at this 12% day. I told you folks, I said when AMC has volume, it makes moves. And that's the thing with AMC. It needs volume, just like every other stock. If you want your stock to move, you need volume. And there it is. Take a look at it. 107 million in volume, 84 mil, 50. So the volume is there. It is declining. It is tanking. And then it picked up. The volume was tanking, and then volume picked up today heavily. Look at that. I want to turn on the volume indicator. Usually I just use the bars down here, but I can tell you folks are probably having a hard time reading it parallel with me. But so here we go. It's decent, right? You guys can see it a little bit better. Was a crappy thing to plan that IPO pre-second release of 97.8 million more shares, but not announced. Who did that? Robinhood did. Robinhood released more shares. I'm not really sure about what happened with Robinhood released more shares. I don't. This is the thing. If I'm not in the stock, I don't pay attention too much to the news. If it's hot, it's moving. I'll pull up the chart and talk to you about it. But I don't think they released. The ticker's messed up. Our little oh, there it is. There we go. They released more shares. I know the CEO, COO, CTO, all those guys, insiders sold heavily. Kathy Wood snaps up. This was yesterday. Proton 73. I'm not seeing release of. I'm seeing sale of shares. I know that these guys dumped shares. Are you referring to that? I don't think that they did an offering of any sorts. Here's a form 4242B. Okay, we have to go to the SEC to see this. You might be referring to this, but this is from July 30th. Am I like in the parallel universe? I don't know. I think something's messed up here with the date. Something's off. Let me go to the SEC site. Hood. That's your best bet. Is if you want like figure out exactly what's going on, you got to go to this. Oh my goodness, there it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, wow. What time did this come out? They need to timestamp these freaking things. They never timestamp them. It says that, but that's not the correct time that it came out. 8/5, right at midnight. I guess I'll take that. But geez, was the news feed today? Wasn't released. Was filed. Yeah, they filed an S1, and I can tell you something. When an S1 gets filed, so this is the thing. I want to kind of talk to you about this because this is something that I ran into on Twitter, and I got a lot of beef for it. S1 and S3. S3 is a shelf offering. Shelf offering, you file it and you leave it there. You can leave it there up to, I believe, 2 to 3 years. If I'm off the top of my head, we could give it a quick Google. S3, how long? I think it's 2 to 3 years. And some of them are 5 years, I believe. There you go, 3 years. Remains into effect for 3 years. So S3, you file it, you can leave it there for 3 years. Boom. That's it, right? S1, you file it. It's usually meant to go into effect very quickly, right afterwards. So, like, for example, Weed Maps went into effect very quickly. Arrival went into effect very quickly. CCIB, Lucid, filed one, and I expect it to go into effect in the next 1 to 2 weeks. Again, not FUD. It's just following the patterns of how things move. And this, 97.8 million, of course they'd file that. Why wouldn't they? The stock price was garbaggio. I'll come back to AMC, I promise. I see you in there, Lee. What's going on? Welcome back to the show, buddy. Of course they would file it. The stock price was tanking. Let's go to an hourly chart. It's a little bit easier to see what's going on now that we're getting a little bit more data points on this thing. But, geez, take a look at this. The stock tanked on IPO, opened at 38, dropped down to 33, garbaggio, and then went to 85. Any good company that needs money would file an S1. I would put that S1 into effect right then, right at midnight, and scooped up all those shares at $80 because people buy them. They usually have people lined up for these things. So you see, they said over time, hence drip this morning. I sold 40. Okay, cool. I guess you sold 40 shares or at $40. I bought my shares on Robin, so. Yeah, that happens. That happens. If you buy their IPO and if you sell it within 60 days, they'll restrict you from buying another IPO. Now, how restrictive is it? I don't know. I never I bought Robinhood at open at 38 and I sold it at like 38. We went down and came back. I was sold. I was like, I don't want to deal with this, and I didn't feel comfortable holding. I did a whole video on my YouTube channel about how you should when to short Robinhood stock, aka when to buy puts. Was essentially the thesis of the video. Was second quarter earnings, this thing's gonna tank. And Meet Kevin did a video on it as well. He said, hey, look, this is the order flow numbers. They're dropping very fast. They're not doing as much order flow as they should be. So it's not going to do very well in Q2 earnings. Q1 was fantastic. 6% of the revenue came from Doge. So, and Doge unfortunately isn't performing as where it should. Yeah, this is brutal of them to do that. But over time, a drip, hence price drip. Oh, I see price dip this morning. Okay, I read that as price drip. BTBT, we will definitely talk about. The comment that's all the way on the bottom, I can't see you, but it will come up because I got this little light thing here that blocks a good chunk of my screen. So let's go to AMC. I promised we do AMC. We got to do AMC. Again, I told you folks, AMC needs vol. When vol comes in, AMC moves, and AMC moves like a maverick. I'm going to turn off Bollinger Bands for a second. I'm going to turn this off and delete this here. Okay, so I turned that off. We are clearly in a bit of a downtrend here, so I want to redraw. This is useless to us right now. We're not going to get up here for a bit, so I'm gonna literally clean up, redraw essentially what I want to take a look at. I'm going to turn off MACD and RSI. We don't need it right now. We know down here is essentially your point. This is the thing. To me, this candle is an outlier candle. So with outlier candles, I ignore them when I'm drawing my Fibonacci's, because if it's an outlier candle, it's going to set up. It's kind of not that bad. These two outlier candles, if you ignore them and you kind of pick this as your top point, you see how much more accurate your Fibonacci levels are to your kind of your support points. Take a look at that. Around 29.69 is essentially where the support is, and 29.84 and 28.91. Take a look at that. Locks correctly. Now, realistically, you should be putting it up here, but I'm practicing. Like, outlier candles are very rare. They don't happen on many charts. You don't see these kind of big jumps, so I cut them out. But take a look at it here. It's not something to write home about. It's not a nice chart. It's not cool. It's coming down. It went up. It's coming down. It's making lower lows essentially. It's coming lower. You had a great day today. If you're a scalp trader or an option scalp trader, it's good. But the options are disgusting. Theta is I was looking at a contract. I think it was for a call or for a put something. The theta was higher than the contract price. Like, take a look at this. Hold on. It wasn't this. It was for a call. I think it was a $4 call. The theta was higher than the actual contract price. Yeah, see, look, that your theta is 0.164 and your contract price is 0.12. Really weird. I'm not touching it. You're better off scalping commons, in my opinion, on this one. You can scalp trade options as well and do like weeklies or whatever on this thing, and you can YOLO. But remember, tomorrow's Friday, so theta is going to slaughter you every single minute. So let me see if I missed any comments. Yeah, you gotta love Vlad. You gotta love Vlad. I'm scared of AMC to play commons or calls. Only spreads from now on. Yeah, I don't blame you. Dude. The momentum isn't there right now, and when momentum comes in is next earnings. I think next earnings they do decent. I discussed this on a video that I did a long time ago on my channel. By the way, you guys can sub to my channel if you'd like. I'm going live with Sung right after this. It's right here. If you go to ryanstocks.com, the first tile, I'm going live with Sung and Larry. We're testing something really cool that we're working on. There's a fourth person that we're going to be doing something cool with as well. I'll be bringing him in later on as well. But we're doing a live stream right after this at 6 p.m. It's already set up on the channel. Like, you can click on this and it'll take you there. And if you subscribe, you'll get notified. I think if you go to upcoming live streams right here, there it goes. We're going to be at 6 p.m. There's 3 people waiting. I'm honored. Cool. So that'll be happening at 6 p.m. But this is a bit, I don't know how to say it. It's a bit heartbreaking seeing it, like, the chart fall apart like this. The momentum isn't there. Like, people aren't talking about it on social media as much anymore. People have quote unquote given up and moved. People moved to Robinhood, literally, which is funny because everyone was like, we're going to short Robinhood. We hate Robinhood. But then when it comes down to it, everyone kind of surrenders and goes, no, we're going to buy it. Thank you so much for the super chat. You're awesome, Nicole. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You're amazing. Thank you so much for the super chat. I will definitely be getting some coffee. I actually forgot to bring anything with me today. But we can see here, AMC earnings on August 9th in 4 days confirmed. That's interesting. It's going to get juicy. August 9th is what? Next Monday. Dang, I won't be. You know what? On August 9th, after market close, if I'm home and I'm not working, I will do a live stream. I'll get on with Song Larry and the fourth person. We'll do a live stream. We'll cover the AMC situation. I'll see what I can do. All right. But I think I want to cover it live. I think it'll be interesting. I think we're going to see a momentum move then. I'm market. Don't play it. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm just saying. I think we'll see a move there. Sold for 40. Okay, cool. I hope you made bank on it. You made $2 a share. That's good. Like, I mean, for fun. Yeah, you're trapped in the 60-day hold. Why is Yelp up 15% after? I'll come back to that, I promise. AMD, I'll come back to that as well. That's the next one. Thank you so much again for the super chat. You're amazing. Thank you so much. Gabriel, thank you so much for subscribing. You're amazing. Okie dokies. And hammer that like, peeps. Yeah, listen to DK. Hammer that like button. It'll mean a lot if you guys do that. We're trying to have some fun on the network. This is like a great show that we do here, so I want to have fun with you guys, and I like to do this one interactively with you all, because not all shows interact with the comment section as actively as I like to do, because I like to talk to you guys. So thank you so much for watching and hitting the like button. It means a lot. So yeah, let's keep going. You know what, let's go to AMD next. A few folks were asking about AMD. We'll do AMD next. AMD, interesting play, very, very interesting. Oh, this chart is so I'm not used to seeing this one because on my laptop I'm logged in and I have like all my drawings and all this stuff and yada yada. But I need a few of my super indicators here. But take a look at this here for a second. This thing ran up. RSI went to a high of 86.77. I don't know what it translated to in the after hours. Daily chart, you don't see the after hours activity, but this thing ran up like heavy, like heavies. It's mind blowing. It was like a perfect Bollinger Band play with momentum, but not like a quote unquote meme stock momentum. It ran because Nvidia and ARM's deal fell through. There was I can pull up the story. Nvidia, ARM deal, AMD. Sometimes you just got to put in the keywords and the story comes up for you. AMD stock closes at a fifth highest record following Nvidia's ARM deal may get blocked. Yeah, so if this ARM deal gets blocked, that gives AMD more juice. Nvidia doesn't become as powerful as it was set to become, so it kind of cools off, and we'll see how it goes. It's going to take a swan dive. Going to retrace back to the 90s. I don't know. We'll have to see. So right now you have support around, let's see where support was intraday. So again, your intraday, it's your first day on your way back down, 1160, 1159. You're going to have some support here around the 110. In my opinion, I do agree with you in the 90s. I do agree we'll probably retrace under 100 if it comes down that high, because I think that this is also doubling as a momentum play. A lot of people want in on this juice. They want in on this action. Look at the gaping mouth on the Bollinger Bands. The wider the Bollinger Bands are, the more volatility you have. And so if you look here, almost no volatility when you're down here, but then it starts opening up. It's like a snake's mouth with like a tongue in the middle. Do you see that? It's like some fun action. And it's just dangerous. The more the snake's mouth opens up, the more dangerous it becomes. You call these snake bands. That'd be such a better name than a Bollinger Band. What the hell is a Bollinger? Who's Bollinger? No offense to Bollinger, but I love your indicator. But by the way, the indicator of how Bollinger Bands work is that red line is your 20 moving average, and the line above it and the line below it are two standard deviations above and below it. And Bollinger Bands were respected highly in trading, and they're fantastic for scalp trading. So definitely, if you don't know them, you literally got like a little quick lesson. I've tried to incorporate mini lessons into these shows as much as I can. But Bollinger Bands, Fibs, VWAP are my favorite three for intraday trading. And then you throw in exponential and moving averages depending on what you like. And you have like a recipe for a lot of fun. Yeah, but it has to retrace before it takes the next leg up. Otherwise, it's going to crash out. No, I agree with you, dude. I'm totally there. I'm totally there with you. It needs to retrace, and I think it will begin retracing. It's just a matter of where the retrace will bounce, right? Because if you look at, it's going to be, if we pretend a little bit here, let's auto. if we pretend here that this is where we are right now, a very similar movement just happened here, right? Like a big jump in AMD going from where it was in the 50s to the 90s, right? So let's imagine this is where we are now, and this is where we went to, like a massive high, right? So it here would be where your high point is right now, is where it literally rode the Bollinger Band up very parallel. Look at that snake mouth formation that we saw very parallel on the Bollinger Bands on the other point. It retraced, but it retraced only down to the 23.6% band. And then it kept going, and then it traced back up, and then it came back down and retraced again. So this is the thing. It might eventually retrace back down, but it's not guaranteed to always retrace back down to the 50% band. If you look here, your bands, if we're basing it off of these original bands that we drew here, your fib levels that you drew here, you never retraced back to the 50% here, because it just had enough momentum to keep going. Retracing to the 50% is a theoretical thing that usually tends to play out almost always, but it's not guaranteed. Nothing, again, technical analysis is an art form, not a science. You can apply science to it as best as you can, but it doesn't always play out exactly how you want it. So I see this retracing here. I could definitely see it coming down to the hundreds. Whoa, got a fruit fly. Okay. Ooh. Did I get it? Nope, didn't get it. But these streams just get more and more fun. Hit the like button if I should just leave the fruit fly, or hit the like button if I should try to get the fruit fly during the live stream. But yeah, sorry about that. We're a family here. We're having fun. But I agree with you. It does have to retrace at a certain point. The only thing is this a momentum play where this is your red candle, and then tomorrow it legs back up again, and it goes for 125, goes for 130. That's why these plays are a little bit more dangerous, the ones that ride the Bollinger Band up above the band, not directly within the band. They get very dangerous. But if you look here, within the band, once you're riding it, you break out and you break down, you do come back down to and retrace at a certain point. So it's not a perfect science, but it will do its thing as it kind of adjusts. Let me see what that is. Yeah, I will touch your stocks. I promise. I'm seeing them coming in. CRM, I've seen them coming in. We're going to talk about them. I promise you. But AMD, we'll have to see how this plays out after hours. Let's take a look at the 1 hour chart real quick. It's calm, cool, and connected. Calm, cool, and collected. Calm, cool, collected. What am I doing? Like, my mouth just fried itself. But take a look at this here. Support is essentially right here at the 112.30 area. I don't count wick downs because wick downs are just so fast, like boom, 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 boom. Like, I don't really consider those. But if you were able to catch this and buy like a call right there, just boom, boom, you're probably very happy right now. Again, we'll have to see how it opens up into tomorrow. But we'll see. Press 1 if you want Ryan to catch the fruit fly. Buddy, I think I got it. I'm 95% sure I got it. Have you guys ever been attacked by like a fruit fly or like a regular? It just like flies right at you. Like, it's like, what are you doing, dude? You're gonna I can smash you with my nose. Is pretty big. I can just boom, and you're gone. You're gonzo. Okay, I get Seattle Seahawks. Oh, is this the official Seattle Seahawks account? I don't think so, but it says FAMC. Okay, I guess you don't like AMC. That's okay. I'm neutral here. I'd like it to have fun because I like watching the momentum. I like the stories, but some people don't like them. Lee Pilgrim, shout out to you. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Look back on the amateur. My pleasure, man. Anytime. Let's keep going. He says nope. He says nope. I like Canoe. Is that Canoe the stock? Loaded 35 calls. All right, let's jump into your stocks right now. Let's do it. I'm going to start from the bottom and go up. I see a few parallels. I see BTBT coming in, GEOD coming in, CRM. I see a few people asking for CRM. We'll do that. Traders Lounge has a fantastic, cool-looking logo. What else? If I missed anything, just re-enter it. I see SPCE, AMC, BTBT, CAN, Hood are my main stocks. MVIS as well. MVIS, no idea what's going on. Okay, you got a lot of momentum plays. You get a lot of momentum plays in MVIS. Let's start with that one. MVIS is very interesting. Microvision. This is a lidar play that everyone's waiting for someone to buy. That's kind of how this play is going. Everyone's like, we want lidar. We want someone to buy this lidar play. And they've said it themselves, I believe. They said that they want to be bought out. It's kind of very similar to MicroStrategy and how they kind of shifted their business model to be like, all right, we're going to just focus on becoming like a Bitcoin ETF equivalent. So MVIS is interesting. If you look here, it's bouncing back. It rode the bottom of the Bollinger Band. That's the thing about Bollinger Bands. You're not always going to bounce off the bottom. theoretically, you can look here, you bounced off the bottom, but you can sometimes, it gets very dangerous if you begin riding the Bollinger Band down. That's when it's like you're on a disgustingly bumpy ride and volatility is low, which means there's not much room for a bounce. But it did very well here today. You bounced up, you got volume coming in. It's a momentum play. It needs news. It needs something. It needs like AMC to run. It needs AMC and GME to run for MVIS, BlackBerry, Nokia, all these to run. They all just, it's kind of like gears in a clock that they just all start like rotating together. It's very interesting to see how that plays out. But again, it's a momentum play. Protect yourself with these momentum plays with stop losses and take profits. That's what a lot of people tell you. They set a stop loss, but also set a take profit. If you buy stocks in Webull, which you can, if you'd like to, you can sign up and get 2 free stocks by depositing $5 with my link at ryanstocks.com. Into the description, shameless plug. You can set a take profit and a stop loss at the same time. Robinhood, Public, and TD don't let you do that. They let you set a stop loss or a take profit, not both. But Webull lets you do both, which is very interesting. But yeah, MVIS momentum play. Be careful with it. BTBT. I'm seeing a lot of people talk about BTBT and asking about it, so we'll cover that one as well right away. BTBT. Bitcoin momentum play, beautiful falling wedge pattern here. It was just like a zoom. If you see this, it's kind of, I believe it's called a descending wedge or fall, something like that. I don't remember it off the top of my head. I am terrible with people names. Imagine how good I can be with these kind of things. Whenever I do something, I always give it a Google. If there's nothing wrong with just Googling a stock and just like Googling like a pattern and making sure you correctly understand it. And this is the thing that a lot of people forget is we all always have room for improvement. We all always have room for improvement. So take a look at this. Boom, boom. It came down very hard. This is a pattern. And then based off this pattern from the open mouth of this, if we were to kind of, I don't know, I've seen people chart this one where they take this line and they drag it all the way up here. That works. Okay, I'll give it to you. That works. Personally, if I was to kind of technical analysis, draw this, and again, I'm not a master at technical analysis with charts of all shapes and sizes, but this kind of movement, you want to take that and you want to put that mouth here, and you have a similar size movement from the bottom of the mouth to the top of this right here. And it had its movement. It went to 13, and now it's legged up and gone beyond that even. So definitely BTBT, it's moving on Bitcoin. Retail loves BTBT. It's getting pushed. BTBT has a history of jumping with Bitcoin. Take a look at this. This was the rise of Bitcoin into January. This was the rise of Bitcoin into February. And then, as you can see here, it took a major hit. It's a lower float stock. It's moving. You're going to overbought territories, which gets dangerous, but it is a momentum play. I'll show you it parallel to Bitcoin so you can see how they kind of move together. Not up there. I don't know why if you open up the window, they should default you to typing into that box, but it is what it is. Yeah, look, the momentum started here, and then Bitcoin started ramping up. The crosshairs are synced, by the way. The momentum started ramping up, and then boom, it ran up with it. And in anticipation of Bitcoin's move, look at these candles all give you a parallel style movement. I'm way more zoomed in on Bitcoin than I am on BTBT, but let me zoom in more. See here, this is your low. This was the bottom of the final like deathbed of Bitcoin, and then you had your candles coming in, and then this is where essentially retail was like, all right, let's push this, and then it got pushed really hard to the point where it doesn't really make sense to me, because if you look here, Bitcoin maxed out at 42.97, which was right here around essentially your $11 area. Now let's say your technical analysis played out and you went to 13. Today's movement doesn't make sense to me. That's why it doesn't make sense. The past 3 days, your previous, not your last 2 days, your 3 days before your last 2 days should have all been red, but they weren't because your momentum was there. That's the dangerous thing about momentum plays is they can just keep going. This is the thing that you shouldn't try to play puts on them. You shouldn't try to play calls on them unless you're doing literally intraday scalps. It gets very ugly very quickly. Take a listen. If you played calls here, if you bought calls that open, you probably paid way too much for them, and then the stock came down, and you're already down, and then you have to wait here for it to come back up. Theta's already kicking your butt if you bought a weekly. It gets dangerous, but you can make good money on them if you have mastered your art of scalping, like options or commons or whatever you'd like to do. You have that option for sure. So we did AMC, we did BTBT, we did Hood, we did MVIS, CAN and SPCE. All right, let's do SPCE because I know a lot of you are talking. I hate SPCE. I usually never have emotions towards any stocks, but I hate SPCE. But I don't hate SPCE as much as I hate QuantumScape. You know why I don't like SPCE? I feel it's overvalued. It's a $7.6 billion market cap, which means the company's valued at 7.6 by the market based off of the stock price times its shares available, about 7.6 bill. For no reason. The stock is making, the company, excuse me, at this point you're talking about the company is not making any money yet. They're not selling any tickets. Like the results came in for their earnings today, and I'll show you. It says beat, but this is the thing, is like each ticket is like what, $250,000. So they sold 3 tickets instead of 2 tickets. Is that what happened? Is that what was going on here? Let's see. Okay. Benzinga is getting Ben Buggy today. What is going on? You guys are making me look bad. How am I supposed to tell people the product is good? We got buggies. I'm just kidding. This it happens sometimes. What's happening right now is we got a massive earnings day, and it's getting a bit overloaded probably. But come on. All right. They dropped earnings. I think I posted it on my Twitter. Let me take it on my Twitter. By the way, you guys can follow me on Twitter, ryanstocks.com. Hit the little Tweety Duck button, and you can follow me on Twitter. And I post all this stuff here. I want to talk about any too, by the way, selfishly. I'm not in the stock, but I want to talk about any as well. Where is it? Here we go. Boom. Virgin Galactic Holdings Q2 EPS of 0.39 misses 0.33. The fact that they have anything is a miracle. That they're not in the negative like tens is a miracle. Sales beat 571,000 versus 380,000 was their estimate. All right, so I want to pull up the ticket of a Virgin Galactic space trip, and I bet you. And by the way, my Spanish-speaking friends understand why I threw hashtag basura in there. Virgin Galactic ticket price. I think it's 250,000 if I'm not mistaken. Here we go. It's 450 grand. So literally at this point, he could have probably sold 1 seat or like reservations for like 3 seats and made that dismal revenue. Like a company with that much revenue should not be worth about $7.6 billion. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. And it's the conditions of the market we're in. This is the thing. Valuations will always catch up to you. You can run from them as fast as you want. They will catch up to you. And that's where things start to get very, very, very ugly. All right. Last one was Nicole helped me like kind of summated a lot of the stocks that came in. So I appreciate you. Bitcoin play bottomed out. This one is interesting. This is a Chinese Bitcoin mining maker. They make Bitcoin mining machines, but they're in China. Bitcoin miners are getting banned in China. I don't see much hope for this one, so I wouldn't play it. And if you look here, it's running up, but unless you bought at the bottom, and again, if you look, this is very parallel to Bitcoin. It's like a mini BTBT right here. I wouldn't touch it personally. Again, that's my personal opinions. Let's go back up. I remember the very first stock that came in was Nvidia. Nvidia for my buddy Emperor Bear. You got it. Let me throw that. I love the avatar. Let's do it. Nvidia split and kept going. Remember, momentum. Everyone was expecting, myself included. I didn't play the puts because I sometimes forget, and sometimes you get a gut feeling sometimes, and your gut feeling supersedes any indicator you see. Now, I would have made decent money if I bought puts here, but sometimes you can't play every trade. And this is the thing. It bounced back. It's literally back to almost where it was pre-split. And this thing with split stocks, once they split, running into a split or the day before the split or the day after the split, you have a run-up and then a sell-off a few days after. So this bounced back. This is probably running off the hype of AMD as well, parallel to it, even though this stock should be tanking. If the ARM deal doesn't go through, this hurts Nvidia way harder, but people could be like, well, they get to keep the cash. We'll have to see. Do I see this keep moving? I could see this going for 208 again. Look at this momentum and movement that it had intraday. Your MACD golden crossed and it essentially went green. Your RSI is catching up and going up higher. Let's take a look at this. If we want to do, will this work? All right, screw it. We're just going to do it, but don't hold it against me. Let's do an extension. Even though this is extremely inaccurate, but I hate when I say something is inaccurate and it just works out. Look at that. Look at exactly our resistance point of 207.33 is right, like hairlined right under the 38.2 level. If it gets there, it needs to get over this to make it could go to 116 if it just keeps going. Again, that's a massive move. This is not a low float stock. You need volume to come in to make moves like this. volume comes in, it can get really, really good, really, really fast. But I wouldn't hold my breath for this one. I think a lot of your momentum, if it comes back, goes to your buddy at how many EMAs do I have up? What? I don't need the 100. I don't like the 100 EMA. I always forget to turn the 100 off. And the 21 is very similar to the. But see here, you're riding when your 9 EMA becomes support. That's when you know, whoop, we're getting bullish, baby. That's when 9 becomes support. You're getting bullish. The 50, if I'm not going color, my colors aren't playing games. This one down here, the blue line, is where it bounced. It came down to the 50 EMA and clean bounced up. So if you bought calls here, congratulations. But this is a daily chart, so unless you bought like leaps, theta's kicking your butt. So Nvidia, cool beans. We did AMC, we did Hood. I got 15 minutes left. Wow, this show just flies by. They got to give me the 2-hour slot again soon. Why is Yelp up 15% after hours? Let's take a look. Did they have earnings today? Did they beat earnings? Let's see. That's where you're. Ooh, wow. This thing kicked it. But it's back up here. Look at that. Back up here. That's awesome. Give me the 4-hour. I wish I could talk to Weeble. Sometimes I'm like, give me the 4-hour chart. And I'm like, you dummy, you're talking to yourself. What are you doing? But take a look at that. We're essentially double topping. It's making its way back up there. Look at that. Let's see if they had earnings. If Benzinga works, we'll pull up earnings. Trading higher after better than expected Q2 earnings per share and sales results, raising the FY21 guidance. Once you raise guidance, your stock flies. Your stock just to the moon. They came in EPS positive. They beat sales. They raised guidance. Cash flow is not in here yet. All right, whatever. There's your answer. You did good. You done good. Someone said meow. Okay. All right. Hey, bro, can you go over CRM? Possibly overextended, in my opinion. Let's see if we agree. Salesforce. I don't know. You're hitting previous resistance here. You're getting very close to previous resistance, and these numbers here, these round numbers, the 250s, the 150s, the 100s, 125s, these are also psychological barriers of resistance where people decide, all right, when it gets to 250, I'm out. When it gets to 300, I'm out. People have these, but I think you have more room up. Take a look at this. Your volume is rising. Your MACD Golden Cross, your RSI is strong. You bounced off of what I'm assuming was an interjection of your 21 or 9 EMA, which I'm going to turn off because there's too many of them here. And look, you bounced right off your 20 moving average, just right off your mean, and hit the top of the Bollinger Band. Now, will it reject the top of the Bollinger Band or will it ride it up? We'll have to see tomorrow. But after hours activity is not giving me enough information to give you an answer. Being overextended, no. Basing it off of just RSI, you're not overextended. But again, this is not a stock that goes into over. What the heck? Okay. I'm sorry. For a second, I thought that this was right under this trial. I was like, what kind of divergence is that? But if you look here, you're not overextended. You're not overbought yet. But if you look at CRM in the past, it doesn't have a history of going into overbought. Take a look at this. Your RSI is 68. Your RSI is 66. What's your RSI here? 62. You have room. You have room. You have more room up. Now, will it go? I can't guarantee you anything. I'm not a fortune teller. But 66. You see that it does do that, but you need a lot of volume. This is 2021, a lot of volume to go up to be able to kind of scoop going over. But you do have room upwards. You're meeting some resistance here for sure. This is one where your fibs will be your best friend. You go from 208 to 253. Boom. Cool. So you hit the top and you're good to go. So I definitely keep an eye on it tomorrow. You could test your, is that a 52-week high? Let's see. No, not a 52-week high, but you could test this high of 253 tomorrow. All right, so I'm going to have to jump around, pick and choose because I only have 12 minutes left, so please forgive me if I miss your stock. If I miss your stock, we're doing a live stream on my channel. You can jump on there and ask your questions. You just go to ryanstocks.com, hit the first tile, subscribe. It'll notify you. We're going live right after this. So in 10 minutes, I'm ending this and I'm jumping on there, so you could follow me there if you'd like, and we can continue the stream and keep going. And we'll talk about your stocks. And you got 2 more people there. GEOD. I got to talk about GEOD. GEOD's a stock that I'm in personally, full disclosure. Long term for me in this one. This is my kind of I don't know. I can't call it. It's not an infrastructure play. It's I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it to you. Like, this is my what play.
I like the company a lot. I like the team at the company a lot. I like what they're doing a lot. And I like the, all right, so just memorize these two so I can get more space. These candles on these low vol stocks, these candles are so hard to look at. But if you look here, it's literally riding this. You are in a downtrend, but it bounces off the Bollinger Bands. This is one that Wall Street Bets likes as well. That's not why I'm playing it. I like the company. I like what they're doing. I like what their goals are. That's how I'm playing it. Right now, it's not looking great. I wanted to regain $3 as its support. $3 was a strong support area. Take a look at this. Right here, $3 was your support. It broke it here. It tried to regain it here, had it, lost it. Needs to regain it. Volume, it's a lower volume stock. It's just not there right now. I thought you said LT. I thought this was the water LTNC. But yeah, let's go LTCH. I thought you said LTNC, Greg, and I was like, oh my God, I cannot talk about LTNC water. Jeff, what is going on, buddy? I love me GEOD too, man. By the way, folks, do me a solid. There are 300 of you amazing people in here, and there's only 39 likes on the video. You guys trying to get me fired? What's the deal? Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. It's literally just one button. Hit it. Smash that like button. Literally, I'm not joking. They will kick me off. If I have to meet a quota, or they'll kick me off the program, and I'll have to go do it on my YouTube. You guys will never see me again. It'll be a sad thing. They'll have somebody replacing me. Yada, yada, yada. All right, LTCH. Latch Inc. What is this? What is this company? Professional services and commercial services, business support services, offers hardware and software solutions. Okay. That's good enough for me. RSI MACD. You're doing great. You're on a massive tear. Like if you blindfolded me like and covered up like the pricing, is that AMD's chart? But take a look at this. It's killing it. I would look to take profits just because if you add it anywhere here under the mean, you're doing very well. He's going to get fired and won't get his own music or dance. Oh, I don't get paid, by the way. I can't get by fired. I mean, I don't get paid to be here. I do it. I'm voluntarily doing this because I like the retail trader, retail investor community. So they offered and I said, sure, I'll do it. No problem. Listen to Gregory, hit the like. Maybe I will get a own music or dance, whatever that means. Oh, D, I'm not getting paid at all. This is 100% for free. Thank you, Rudy, for hitting the like button. What is going on, Rudy? I'm actually looking at the comments in reverse now. Uh-oh, I'm getting a text. I think this is from Benzinga. Oh no, they told me I'm fired. What? They said not enough likes. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Roblox, let's do it. Let's do Roblox. RB, LX. Boom, boom. Roblox had a difficult day. I don't know when I charted this, that this is there, but this is no longer valid. Let's delete the drawings. We do so many charts on this channel that it just sometimes gets away from you. The IPO'd at 60. They went to 103. Kathy Wood bought heavily, ran it up. Ran up on momentum. You've got earnings coming up next week. You need to get this is your resistance point right now. You see this red line, your 20 moving average. We got one indicator on the screen. That's all we're looking at, right? That's your mean. That's your resistance right now. You need to close above it. So let's see if we close above it today. 79.92. You did. That's great. So now it needs to make its leg back up and go higher and try to establish support here. Fight this resistance point, which is the high of this candle, which is around 81.93, so $82, and then slowly chug its way back up. It's not a low float stock. It's about the same float as AMC, so you need a similar amount of volume if you want a massive move. And I don't expect this to have a massive move. A 5% move on 9 mil volume is fantastic for this stock, but it needs movement. It needs something to push it, and I'd imagine it'd be a run up into earnings. Nancy Pelosi owns commons or calls or something on this stock, but that's kind of your shining light is you're in the same camp as Nancy Pelosi in terms of buying stocks. Shorting Roblox here isn't smart. I can't comment on that. I personally don't short stocks. I'll buy puts, but that's not the same thing as shorting. Is it not? You're at a coin flip here, Marco. This is the thing that could happen is the stock could tank here or it can go up. So you're literally at a crossroad. It's a coin flip crossroad. I don't look at after hours activity. I do look at pre-market a little bit more than after hours, but we'll see. Yes, Nook, I'm not paid. I'm totally here for free. I like volunteering and working with you guys and having fun. And yeah. Yeah, that's that. Higher, low, weekly. Oh, there it is. You guys see him? The fruit flies back. I think I just broke my ring light, but I think, oh no, I missed him. Oh, okay. I apologize if I scared the hell out of anyone doing that. Jeff, you're the best. Appreciate you, Jeff. Okay, we got time for a few more stocks. We got 5 minutes. Look, if I missed your stock, I apologize. As you can tell, I'm in a time constraint window here, but I am going live with Sung and Larry in 5 minutes. Go to ryanstocks.com, hit this tile, and you can go to the YouTube and you can subscribe there and we can jam. I'm going to go live there. I'll cover your stocks. We're going to talk about a lot of interesting stuff. You get the perspective of two other great traders, and we're going to have some fun there. Also, if you want to learn technical analysis, if this is your jam, if you're new to this, if you don't understand what's going on here and you want to learn technical analysis, you want to take yourself to the next level, patreon.com right here. You click this tile, you sign up. It connects you to the private Discord, gives you access to the watch list for options and stocks, gives you access to my trading course that I've put together for both stocks and psychology of trading. Options playlist is coming very soon. I need to finish the stocks one, but there's tons of content that is truly, truly helping people. I can show you. I got a testimonial today. Twitter. I'm very scared of clicking my notifications sometimes on live, but I'll do it because sometimes I get some nasty, nasty people in my notifications. So I'm very scared to click it, but I clicked it today for you guys because I like y'all. So let me show you. I got a testimonial on the course. Check it out here. From Dylan says, I also would love to thank Ryan Rozbiani for his course. I'm slowly learning and reading books, but the Kinks family, thank you. Appreciate you, Dylan. Shout out to you live on the live stream. But yeah, you can see here it's working. You can follow me on Twitter if you just want to follow me on Twitter. That would mean a lot to me as well. Instagram, if that's your jam, you can follow me there too. I'm trying to build content to the Instagram more now, slowly. It's a bit scary for me moving to a new platform, but I'm doing it. And I appreciate support. Webull, 2 free stocks. This platform back here, 100% free. 2 free stocks if you sign up and deposit $5. And the stocks are between $300 and $1,800. So you literally get your money back. So keep that in mind. You want free Bitcoin, these are there. All of these are at ryanstocks.com. It's linked in the description, I hope. If not, just type it in. ryanstocks.com. Come, let's jam. Let's have some fun. We've got 3 more minutes. That means I'm going to machine gun 2 more stocks, starting with Fastly. Where'd you go? Okay, I guess. Okay, we'll do this. We'll do FLGC. I guess Christopher got very lucky. I accidentally clicked on his thing, and the chat moved. I went to click, and bam, FLGC. Flow. Whoa! Look at this. Let me turn off Bollinger Bands because you're riding the Bollinger Bands up. You went from $2 to $14. What happened here? Let's see. Short squeeze. Best stock of the day. Floor surges after post-IPO rally above 100%. Okay. I mean, it looks like this thing's been IPO'd for a while. Well, no, I take it back. It hasn't. This name sounds very familiar. All right. What can I say? The stock's overbought. It's high up. You've essentially about 7x. Take profits is a good idea. That's the best advice I could give you. And I'm not a financial advisor, so I can't really give you advice. But you're riding the Bollinger Band up. You got resistance here at 1490. You hit here again. The high 14s going into 15 is where you're meeting resistance here. So be very careful. Remember, this is a low float stock. As fast as it goes up, it can also that fast come down. Come down that quickly. What is wrong with it? I promised someone Fastly. I'm going to do Fastly. That's going to be the last one. Fastly. Wow. What happened? Which one of you is short and fast? That's what happens, man. Fastly, believe it or not, is a product that I really liked when I was in undergrad for computer engineering. We were going to use Fastly for one of our projects, and we just didn't. But the tech is fantastic. But they lost TikTok as a customer, and they've lost momentum since. Look, they're back down to what is this price area? Back down to June 2020 levels. No, lower. Excuse me. Let me go lower. You're back down to May 2020 levels. That's just sad. But hey, it bounces when it goes oversold. Could be an opportunity. But I don't know. They have earnings. Let's see if we can get earnings up real quick before we call it a day. So I don't want to get yelled at. FSLY. You ain't got no alibi. Your chart is ugly. What do I sometimes forget that I'm alive with people and there's people watching. There's 300 of you watching. Hit that like button. God dang it. No earnings. Hold on. Keep avoiding Fastly after dismal Q2 earnings. Here we go. Q2. Wow, they missed by a lot. No, hold on. Excuse me. There you go. They missed. Okay. Then wow, you miss, lower guidance. Boom, boom, bam. You're gonna drop, fam. That's how it works. You tank. Sorry. All right. Last final spiel from me before I let you all go for the day. Do me a solid. Hit the like button on the video. Go to ryanstocks.com. Subscribe to the YouTube. I'm going live in 1 minute. And if you want to learn technical analysis and trading, you want to be part of this private trading team. We're very small, 200 people. Sign up for the Patreon. Connects to the Discord, connects to the Patreon app. All the alerts, all the stuff goes out there. You can do that. You want Benzinga Pro, you go here. Use my promo code RyanR. You get 30% off for life. You follow me on Twitter, Instagram, 2 free stocks on Webull, 1 free stock on Robinhood, $10 of Bitcoin on Gemini or Coinbase. I got a really cool Gemini video coming out very soon. You're going to want it. If you hate your savings account, you're going to want to watch the video. And if you want merch, I got merch there too, but we don't really move merch too much. All right. I got to go. Great chatting with you all. Thank you again so much. Remember the Patreon. If you want to support, go to the Patreon. Patreon questione. All right, guys. Have a great day or night. I have no idea when you're watching this. I appreciate you all. Hit the like button on your way out. Did we get to 100 likes? No, we got to 77 and 1 dislike. All right. Shout out to whoever disliked the video. The fact that you showed up and angrily watched means a lot to me. So, all right. Have a great one, folks. Remember, see you on the YouTube. Come over to the YouTube. Let's hang out. Let's keep talking. We got stuff. We got stuff we could do. Come on over, and we can have a lot of fun. Nicole, shout out to you. I will follow back. I always follow back. People that I know, I will follow you back. Send your link. All right, sure. I'll send it in the chat right now. Boom, boom, boom. Timmy Sykes. I wish I made the amount of money Timmy Sykes made selling stuff. I keep it humble. You'll see the prices. They're like, it's literally the cheapest. It's like $15, $20 a month or something like that. It's literally nothing. F is bouncing out of demand zone, headed for new highs. We'll talk about it. Christopher, come over to the YouTube channel. We'll talk about it. I promise. Come through. We will discuss all of these in there. The live stream is about to start in a few minutes. All right. See you there, folks. Have a good one. Adios. And